Welcome to Hollywood, Steve. This is Hollywood. You made it. So Chris says, so the Lions just beat the Chiefs day one, the first game of the fucking, NFL fucking season. How fucking yeah, right?
I am definitely for the Detroit teams because we ended up having the Tigers beat the Yankees today as well.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
I know, you've been yelling at the TV for the last hour because good old Lions football. And yes, it is the very first game of the season that is starting out for 2023, and we have rocked the house with a 21-20 clinch victory right there in the fourth quarter. So it was very nice to see how the Lions have come out of, I guess, the end of last season and how they look so far this season. I'll take it. I don't know the last time we went 1-0. I'd be curious if we make the playoffs, but I don't want to make that much of a prediction. Any which way, yes, I am here in Holly. Mike, thank you for having me on over at your lovely place. I see that very few things have changed. You still got the Spice Girls poster hanging, leaning against the wall.
I've been meaning to post it.
I will say that everything does look nice, though. Yes, the bathroom was clean. You did say that you spent some time cleaning everything, so I didn't see any pubes on the seat. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. You thought I took too quick of a piss, so you're like, "What's wrong?" You're like,
I was like,
"No." Your first comment was, "What do you need?"
No, my thing was, I remember the first time you came to my house, and the thing you did, you literally looked at me with a straight face, and the first thing you looked at me and you said, "I'm taking a shit," and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh my fucking god!" You're like. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. So we started telling this on the last time that you, Chris, and I were together at your apartment, and we never fully went through. So if you guys listen to the podcast, this is material that is probably on podcast 100 and something. But anyway, I first visited Mike's place.
I thought it was like your mission to take a shit in my apartment. I thought it was like, hey, first thing I'm doing in Mike's apartment is taking a shit. By the way,
I had to go, but I came from somewhere and I made sure to use their facilities and not yours just for that reason. I don't want to give you added anxiety because of it.
He did. You did it on purpose. Because you maybe looked at me right in my eyes. You're like, I'm taking a shit. And I'm like, oh my God. I really hope I have the
plunger. So you got a plunger?
I really hope I have the capabilities to deal with this.
Yeah, because I think the words were when I walked in the door, first things first, I have to use the bathroom. And then I started walking to the bathroom.
Like you did that on purpose. I was like, I knew he did that on purpose. I'm like... I knew he did that on purpose.
I was going to the bathroom. I was like, "Oh, you got a plunger in there, by the way?" But anyway,
I do not.
Quick story on it.
I have a law in my bathroom.
So the reason why Mike is freaking out and has this much anxiety every time I go to his place is because one of the very first times I was at his last place that he stayed at, I ended up. Well, I guess I can just kindly say I destroyed your bathroom. And it was something that happened after I left. So it's like I was like, I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, and then I'm going to get going. And that's how it was. I thought everything was good until you called me up and you were bitching at me and you were tearing into me. But do you want to tell exactly what you found and how you found it? Because I remember
what happened, but it was plugged up. My brother was like, I don't know, who did this in your bathroom? And I was like, I don't know. I really don't want to. I don't want to play the blame game. No. I hate to blame you.
No, I took the shit. I knew it was me because there was lettuce floating on your floor.
There was lettuce floating in the fucking water. Before we even started to snake the fucking thing out. Oh, God, it was so disgusting. He was like, there's lettuce floating in the water. So he started to snake the fucking thing out. He's like, whoever fucking took a shit really had to take a shit.
It's been in there for a while.
Oh, Lord. Before that, it was like lettuce and everything. And I'm like, what the fuck did you eat?
It was a chef salad. Yeah, it was a chef salad with everything on it.
I was thinking, I'm like, dude, did you get that fucking... What the fuck did you order at Chipotle?
Oh, Lord almighty. So, yeah, that's why he has anxiety every single time.
And the one thing you told me the first time you stepped into my fucking apartment was like, I need to take a shit. And I fucking had the fear of God in my fucking face.
Your heart hit the floor.
My fucking heart hit the fucking floor. And I'm like, please don't. Please don't. Please obey my laws.
So,
but we're all good.
Yeah. Yeah, and, we just finished up watching the Lions game, and that's probably about the last bit. Do you want to add any more about the sports talk before we get into the actual podcast? Because I just don't want to go ahead and talk about, sports, the entire thing. I mean, it's something to celebrate, though.
What?
That we got a victory, the very first victory of the season. So it was awesome to get it, and, I'm still ecstatic about it.
The 23-24, obviously season the NFL. And this is the very first fucking game of the NFL. Let me remind you, this is the first game. And this is against, the champs.
That's right. The Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
In their hometown.
In their hometown. And, the Lions have been talked up a lot throughout this whole fucking off season. Everybody's saying, hey, they're going to be, not only are they going to win the NFC North, but they're going to win, the entire, NFC, you know what I'm talking about. But they beat the fucking Chiefs today. Oh, my God. It was very close. What was it, 21-20?
21-20 at the very end of the game. Yeah, it was a nail-biter. And it was funny because I was driving here, and I was in the car. I was listening to the radio. God, is that on the TV?
I don't know if it's...
It's got to be. Okay. So anyway, if there's something going on outside, it's
okay.
sirens
I had to take off my fucking
going on the TV in the room.
What the hell is going on in Hollywood?
Yeah, I was like, Jesus, it's like we're back at your old place. Feels like at home, right?
Yeah, what's going on in Waterford?
But I was driving here, and you called me as they got an interception and as they ran it, and I said, "My God, you would call me at this moment." And
I did not realize that. I literally stepped out because I was like, "Holy shit, they got the fucking ball! I'm gonna fucking step out for a second, have a cigarette." I was like, I did not realize they got a pick six, and the fucking Lions fucking pulled it off against the former fucking Super Bowl champs, and they beat the Super Bowl fucking champs. And fucking day one of the first fucking game of the NFL. I'm fucking just thrilled. I don't know. I'm just super excited. I don't know.
We're all on cloud nine, going through the group chat. Everybody is going in typical Lions fashion. It looks like it's going to be a good season for us, and I really hope it is.
I really hope it is, too.
And if not, you know what? We already went 0-16 in our franchise, so it's not like we can do any worse than that, right?
Yeah, we can't. We really can't.
All right, let's get into some video game talk. So for video games, what has it been that you've been playing?
What have I been playing? Or?
It's been, I know, Zelda and Starfield, right?
I have been playing a lot of Zelda. I just started up Starfield. I created my character. I did a few other things. But I haven't really played too much of it, unfortunately. And I was really hoping to play a lot more before I got into this podcast. But right now, I mean, seems all right. I mean, I know it's been getting a lot of, kind of backlash, I guess, against it. But I just been trying to finish Zelda and trying to, play it as much as I could. I mean, obviously Zelda is such a great game. It's probably going to be, game of the year. We don't know. I don't know. Whatever. But I've been trying to play, Starfield, but I haven't got too much into it, unfortunately.
Now, that's a game that has a lot of anticipation, Starfield. I've been hearing a lot about it. And obviously it's out now. People are playing it. How was that for you?
I mean...
a couple hours into it?
A couple hours into it. I mean, I've been Honestly, I don't know. I hate to hate on it. That's the thing about me, because I want to play more into the game. Obviously, I mean, like, Fallout was the same thing for me. I want to play more into it, see how I feel about it, wherever it takes me. But, you know, I mean, it seems like a pretty good game. I had to change all my controls up. For some reason, I had to change up all my controls. For some reason, it was like, oh, yeah, you're going to shoot from the letter, from your button A. And I'm like, no, that's not how that works. So I had to change all my controls up and everything like that. Don't know how that happened. It was fucking weird. But I really do like open world, and I'm really excited to kind of see like how open this game is, because Bethesda never disappoints, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see if it's just a No Man's Sky, that just continues to disappoint. I don't know. I really hope it isn't.
Well, Starfield, it has been confirmed by Bethesda. They do have a new game plus, which is nice. There was not a lot of detail that went into it, but obviously the game is out now. And it's great that it finally launched, and they're going to start to see some major sales going on with that game. And going on with the game as well, we're going to have some more news tied in with Gamescom 2023, because that happened most recently, and we're going to go and recap everything that has happened.
Yeah.
So that's all you've been playing? Just 2 games?
Honestly, 2 games. Just been Starfield recently, and honestly Zelda for the last few months.
What about Grand Theft Auto 6 when that finally comes out? Will you finally break away from Zelda by then?
Oh, absolutely.
I would love to get back into that.
Oh, my God.
Even Grand Theft Auto 5 online, it has been probably since the two extra lives ago is when we all got on together and, really hung out and dumped a lot of hours into that game.
Yeah, I feel like the last time we actually hung out was during Grand Theft Auto 5, but Grand Theft Auto 6, I mean, oh my God, from what I'm hearing from all the leaks, I mean, you heard about all the leaks,
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, this game looks phenomenal. I cannot wait to play this game with you guys, to be honest.
It does look phenomenal, and it is nice because there's obviously going to be so much brought in from 5 that was introduced on over to 6, so it's going to be a huge open world. And you talk about many transactions being made, that's going to be another $1 billion game for them easy.
I think they said like the budget was like $2 billion for them, which is insane. But they're saying like, hey, not only can you just, you remember how we used to be able to just rob, convenience stores. Now we could rob, jewelry stores. We could rob whatever stores we want. And then we go out there and then, hey, police can pull us over, but we can run away from them. But they say a lot of different things. Like, the detail was crazy, what they had planned for it.
I'm curious about how the storyline is going to be. I know that their games by Rockstar is heavy into... it's really heavy into the story. If you really want to play it for the story, if not, there's plenty of other things that you can do too on the side. So it's going to be an awesome game when it comes out. I think another game that is finally going to be pulling you away, Konami has confirmed that Metal Gear Solid Masters Collection Volume 1, the resolution and frame rate. So this is going to be coming out next month, October 24th, on the PC, Switch, PS5, PS4, and the Xbox Series X and
Metal
S.
Gear Solid 1 Remaster.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Collection Volume 1. So
you fucking he set a trap for me. Like,
well, I know that's like one of your hotspots, right? You got a tattoo.
Oh my God, yes.
It's going to be in 1080p and it's 60 frames per second. That's what they're wanting to achieve.
Oh my God.
And they're hoping to get that on everything except for the Nintendo Switch for some obvious reasons. So for the Switch, it's going to be 720p. And 30 frames per second.
I mean, the Switch can't handle more than how many frames per second, but whatever. Damn.
Currently, right now, there is no platform that will run it on a 4K resolution. So I guess that would be the next step for the next gen consoles that come through, start to do this entire 4K or 8K transition.
I'm going to go for Grand Theft Auto before that, to be honest. I fucking love Grand Theft Auto. I love the story they fucking make. I love everything about Grand Theft Auto. I mean, that it's the reason they're the most, bought game of all time. Everybody buys it for a reason.
Everybody rebuys it because you had it for the 360, and then you had to buy it when it came on the Xbox One, and then since they're now doing another transition, you got to go ahead and buy it again for the online version.
Yeah. So I'm going to go for, you're talking about GTA 6. We're on the same page, right?
Well, yeah, that was for GTA 5, but I can see GTA 6.
I thought you were talking about GTA 6.
Well, I think GTA 6 is going to be a game that will come out on one generation of console, and it's going to see another generation of console, because I believe it will be out for that long.
I don't think GTA 6 will be for another console. That's my thing. But I don't know. I think GTA 6 will be the same as, PS5. Xbox Series X. It'll be for all that.
It's going to look great. It's going to play flawless, and it's going to be a lot of fun when it does come out. I can't wait for it. Star Wars Dark Forces. It is in development for all major platforms. So are they going to stick it with single player? Possibly. If they do, I don't see on how it would be a bad thing. I don't think we have a lot of games out there that is just driven for a story and single player. Everything seems to have some kind of multiplayer aspect to it, which is fine. But hopefully there's no Star Wars Battle Royales anytime soon. NBA 2K24 is going to say goodbye to the Jordan challenges, at least for right now. And they're going to be the Kobe Bryant version of challenges. Oh. Yeah, it's going to go over the most iconic games over his 20-year career before the airplane or the helicopter took him down.
Oh, God.
I know, too soon.
Too soon.
Going back with Grand Theft Auto 6. There's an 18-year-old from Oxford. I want to say this is Oxford over there in London.
Not near us.
Yeah, it's not Oxford, Michigan, for sure. But a 18-year-old from Oxford and a 17-year-old, they cannot be named, but they are known as the Digital Bandits that has released over 100 different videos and shared everything online that we have now been seeing leaked from Grand Theft Auto 6.
I heard a story. I don't know if you saw this or not. The person who leaked the whole Grand Theft Auto 6 thing used it using a Amazon Fire Stick in a hotel.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. And I'm like, how the fuck do they do that? How the fuck do they do that?
I've heard stories of people...
That is like legit, like confirmed that they actually did that.
I've heard stories of people being in cars, and then something would happen to where their car is taken over because a car next to it or something will start to hack into the Wi-Fi and start to get into the hardware through all the Bluetooth capabilities and all that. I really don't think that there's much of a limitation or restriction that these people have. If they want to do something, they can honestly do something. I mean, look at the PlayStation Network, for example, so many years ago when that got hacked and all the accounts and everything that just constantly gets hacked. We're hearing about a new company that gets hacked almost daily. So it's very easy, and that's why probably cybersecurity is one of those things to really get into, right, for a career for the young listeners out there. It's definitely something that is growing because when technology grows, you need some kind of a task force to crack down on that stuff. And it's not like you can start knocking on doors and stuff. You have to track these people through an IP address, and you have to go through so many different links. And I can only imagine what it would be. Like, that's how they found the person that ran the Silk Road, the really dark part of the internet where you can order like basically anything that you wanted on the internet, and you would get it. But they caught him, I believe it was in a library. And the guy ran it on one fucking PC. But any which way, we're starting to go down some kind of a rabbit hole here, right?
What that just to sink in, like this guy literally used an Amazon stick, plugged it into his hotel fucking room, and he was able to fucking hack what? the biggest fucking game company of all time.
Yep.
And I'm like, holy fucking shit.
It is possible.
That is scary to think about. Like, not only for them, but like for my personal and you. Like, my personal fucking, like, you know, stuff. I'm like, holy shit. How the fuck do you not know my fucking personal fucking, like, you know, financial situation or your financial situation? It's just fucked up.
Yeah, because you got to think of everything that we do with these little rectangles or squares, whatever it is, some kind of smartphone that's typically in your pocket. We do a lot on it. You know, online baking, online ordering, stuff that has our credit card number, stuff that we do a keystroke that has our social security number. You know, there's plenty of stuff that is on these devices, and it's very easy for somebody to get into it.
It is. And that's what scares the shit out of me. Obviously, we should probably cut this.
That's all right. Just a little bit of paranoia. You know,
the word is like, yeah, all right, guys. We don't want to give you guys the wrong idea.
Everybody go out there and buy a track phone. Load your minutes.
Don't get yourself a fucking Amazon Fire Stick. You guys are fucking wrong. I will find you.
They're watching.
They're watching. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I don't own an Amazon account, and I don't want to, but I'm like, holy fucking shit. Like, this guy can fucking jailbreak this fucking thing. And he can fucking jailbreak and fucking hack a fucking, you know, an entire fucking company. That just fucking scares the shit out of me. It's just something to me.
Age of Empires. Have you ever gotten into those games when they were released way back on the PC?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so Age of Empires 4 Anniversary Edition is now available on the Xbox. It's awesome because they do support up to 4K resolution on the Series X, 1080p on the S, and 1440p on the Xbox One X. So it's kind of crazy how you have the Series X and the Xbox One X, but any which way, besides all that jargon, if you're just going to be playing on the S, it's going to be the 60 frames per second, and it's best to play at 30 frames per second with everything that's going on from what it has been said. However, if you're going to be played at the highest frame rate, highest resolution, if you can get past that little bit of lag that you might experience, enjoy it, because the games, they look beautiful now. They honestly do. The voice of Mario, Charles Martinet. I don't know. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, so we're just going to say Charles. Yes, he has been playing as the voice actor of Mario since 1991. And he started back out, obviously as a plumber. He did have a couple cameo appearances this year. I think the last one that he had was on the Super Mario movie as one of the characters.
Yep.
And we do have another Super Mario movie coming out, and we'll, I guess, find out who's going to be voicing that character of Mario. And now going on, we're going to have a different voice actor for Mario, which is kind of weird to think about.
Chris Pratt.
You think so? I think Chris Pratt's voice works for the movie. I don't believe it will work for a video game adaptation.
I literally just watched a Chris Pratt movie. I don't know if you ever saw it. Have you ever watched Passengers?
No.
Oh my God.
So the last movie that I have sat down and watched has been the Super Mario movie. Before that, it's been a while. I'm not much of a movie goer.
I don't mean to, like, go over the Super Mario Brothers movie or anything like that, but it was like, dude, like, that movie's fucked up. Like,
how is it fucked up? Is there like too many colors for you?
No.
How is it fucked up? It's a kid's movie.
I'm not talking about like Super Mario Brothers. I'm talking
Passengers.
About like so like they're on like a spaceship, right? And it's totally like something out of like Mass Effect, right? Like Mass Effect Andromeda. But his space pod opens really, really early, right? So he opens it, and he has no control over it, whatever it is. And then he realizes, like, holy shit, I woke up, 90-something years way too early. So he lived a whole year, and he's trying to figure things out. He's trying to figure out how to get back to sleep, and he can't. And then eventually he's like, I'm just too lonely. So he wakes up a girl that he's been obsessing about. And then he was able to look at like all these other passengers. So he obsessed about this girl. They ended up falling in love. And then she finds out that like he woke her up like 90 years way too early just to be with her. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. That shit is fucked up. So she has to fucking live with him the entire time. The movie's really fucked up. I just recently watched that.
And they're on this entire ship by themselves?
By themselves. Just them two.
How do they eat? So they probably got into the rations or something, right?
The whole ship has enough food for them to eat. It like feeds like 5,000 people, but like those were the two that woke up like 90 something years earlier, besides 5,000 people. So they were able to live.
I guess I would just be having 5-course meals every night. I mean, hell.
Yeah, I know, right?
Live it up. Walk around naked, do whatever you want to do, crap in random corners.
The thing fucked up about it was one of the fucking scenes was she was like, "Oh, you're not a gold member?" He's like, "No." She's like, "You've been eating this fucking trash the entire time?" He's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "No, you need this good food." And she's been giving him like, because she was a gold member. So she was like, "Oh, I get eggs, I get bacon, whatever you want."
And he's just eating moldy cheese.
Yeah, he was just eating like the fucking scum of the fucking barrel fucking food that they'll feed people for like 4 months. And he was like, "Okay."
I guess he woke up the right person then.
Yeah, and then I was like, dude, that's fucked up. How you wake some lady up for like, 90 years old. You're just killing her. Just so you're not lonely. I was like, holy shit, that's a fucked up movie.
Yeah, that's kind of selfish.
Like, holy shit. And she finds out, and then yada, yada, yada. I don't want to explain the rest of the movie, but...
So something else that's fucked up. Have you ever played the Overwatch games?
Yeah, you and I played.
The first one.
I think you and I played like the beta, but I never played after that.
So Overwatch 2... It has been released on Steam on August 10th. And at the time of recording this, out of a star rating review, it was 0.96 approval rating.
Really?
And that is from over 92,000 votes. So only 10% of the people that voted it high.
Wow, that's like less than 100 people. Shit.
It's it's not looking too good for them. But things that are looking good, Assassin's Creed Mirage does have a release date. It is going to be released October 5th on the PS5, the Xbox Series X and S, the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC.
Assassins?
Mirage. Yeah, the most latest one that they have. And the cool thing about that, it's only $50. It is not the $60, it is not the $70 or more. They're coming in at $50.
Nice.
Red Dead Redemption for the Switch and the PS4 is now up for pre-order. If you guys want to go ahead and grab that, the digital versions will be arriving October 13th, but you guys can go ahead and start the pre-order now if you would like.
Talk about Red Dead?
Red Dead Redemption finally coming to the Switch and the PS4.
And the PS4.
Yeah, some boosts in sales right there for the company.
I have the game right underneath you.
I do love the game. It is something that is marvelous about that kind of game. You run into random things, and the random things I would be talking about is a random stranger that you would run upon, and he's got shackles around his ankles, and ask him, he'd be afraid he got.
You're talking about running into the random fucking guy who just ran away from the fucking police.
Right? Yeah, but I have found out if you go ahead and you release him or you shoot the locks that are around his ankles, he will tell you about location to go get some secret loot or some secret stash.
I mean, we're all bad guys.
It's a video game.
Doesn't matter how many people he killed or how many fucking whatever he did.
Forza Motorsport will not be having split screen and 2 other features at launch. So the split screen is going to be the big one, right? Because they're working on the graphics, and the best thing about that game right there is everything looks beautiful. I mean, it looks like the car is realistic.
Why aren't we going back to fucking split screen? Like,
well, for some people. Okay, so real quick, that game is going to be coming out October 10th on the PC, Xbox Series X and S, and it's also going to be on the Game Pass the same day that it releases.
right.
But to answer your question, I would have to say there are those times where people would come over and they don't have they don't have their account updated or uploaded onto
Or say
your
they don't
system.
have an Xbox.
They don't have an Xbox, so I think split screen is still there for those kind of people that like to kick it old school, but you just don't hear about that much anymore because it is, hey, you're calling up somebody, right? I would call up you and like, hey, do you want to play a game? So we're each going to put on our headsets and we're going to talk and play a game from different places. We're not going to be in the same room as each other. That just doesn't happen much anymore, Mike. Well, like us having a conversation in person, it's probably very rare for the both of us.
I know, right? I know it's very rare for us to get together, but it's like, dude, like Halo. Remember how we used to do like LAN parties? Remember how we used to do all this shit? Did Halo Infinite ever fix their thing to where they actually have co-op or where they actually have split screen?
Yes. So a lot has been fixed with Halo Infinite. I still think that they were running a little bit short on the things that they could have done, but just like the Master Chief Collection, it was a better game the longer that it was released. I still play that game. I'm still only on Season 2. I do get on for some of the events on there, but I just don't have the appeal for it. I have more appeal now than what I did, but it's definitely nothing like Halo 3.
Do they have co-op on Infinite?
For the campaign?
Yeah.
I want to say they do now at this point.
Really?
I haven't touched the campaign in a very long time. I started
try
doing
it out because I would really like to see that.
Well, if you want, jump on with me because I did Achievement Guys to find all the collectibles, and there is a shit ton.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that was a big thing. It was one thing that you talked about, split screen and everything else. That's why it just brought me to this. Are they going to bring up co-op? Are they going to bring up split screen? Are they going to bring up anything that makes Halo Halo? I don't know.
Metro Redux. Have you ever played that game or any of the Metro games?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the author is now being sentenced to 8 years in prison for decrediting Russia's armed forces.
Nice.
And with this bill that the Russian parliament has passed, could imprison someone up to 15 years for spreading fake news about the war in Ukraine. EA is now going to be closing some servers. Dead Space 2, Dante's Inferno, and Crysis 3 are going to be the next servers to go, and that's going to be happening around early December, more specifically December 8th. Loved Dead Space 2, never played any of the multiplayer on it. Touched Crysis 3, and same with Dante's Inferno, but they were just, I guess, not my games to keep on playing, so...
They weren't mine either.
Them killing the servers is not much of a hurt for me.
I know PS5 came out with the remake.
PS5, how's yours? Does it overheat on you at all?
No.
No? Okay. Well, for those people out there that are listening that might have their PS5 overheats, there is now a cooling unit that is designed to keep it from overheating. This has been something that was started out on Kickstarter with a goal of just over $7,400, and it was set to conclude on September 7th, so it just concluded a couple days ago. That was what they wanted to get for their crowdfunding and everything going on. So it is going to retail for $60, and they're going to start to ship at the end of October. So hopefully you'll be getting some relief to your consoles out there.
Oh.
Discord will now allow you to stream Xbox games directly on its platform, which is great. Makes the console a lot more than just a massive fucking paperweight, at least for me, because I still have the old VCR version of one. Still chugging along, though. I love it. Speaking of something old, Quake 2. Have you ever played any of the Quake games?
I am not.
Quake 2 Remaster, if you want to go ahead and jump on the Xbox One, Series X or X, the Nintendo Switch, PC, and the PS4, the PS5, it is all playable on there. Lollipop Chainsaw gets an official title, so the game developer said that the remake will be called Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. It was published this past summer, and it is hopefully going to be coming out in sometime next summer. No actual date on when it was released.
Sorry if the episode wasn't interfering.
No. I can't hear it on my headphones, so
I didn't realize that until I'm like, what the fuck are we watching?
You're good. So I'm just scrolling through articles and stuff, right? We're going to get into Gamescom here in a short second, and
awesome.
And Mike was just fucking with the TV. And
I was like, is this... I got like Yellowstone in the background.
I was going to ask, what show is this? Because the opening
scene... I think it's Yellowstone. I don't know. I never watched it.
It's got to be. It's on Peacock. So the opening scene of it was Kevin Costner was like holding this horse, and then the camera pans out, the horse was injured, and then he puts a bullet right through the horse's neck. Like, as we were fucking talking about the Lions winning, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on right now?
I'm like, have we been just listening to fucking just the background music?
Well, that's where the sirens and everything came from. Yeah,
we're like trying to figure out if we're getting arrested or not.
I'm looking out your window, I'm like, I don't see any flashing lights. They got to be close, though.
Are we getting arrested? Oh my God. I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like thinking to myself just now, oh, this is like some cowboy fucking BS. It must be Yellowstone.
Cowboy BS. It's got a cowboy hat on. It doesn't mean everything is cowboy. Cowboy bullshit. All right. Anyway, so Gamescom 2023 has happened. We are going to recap a few things that has happened there and bring it to your guys' lovely ears. Vertigo 2 is an alien fighting action game, and that is going to be coming out on the PlayStation VR 2 October 24th of this year. That's right, virtual reality. So you hear that, Leo? Could be having another game. Yeah, shout out to Leo. Hopefully we can get together with him relatively soon and have him out on the podcast.
I think you said the 16th or the 17th. I can't
remember. So that's going to be coming up within the next week or two, depending on...
some weekend.
Yeah, some weekend. Everybody's schedules are busy. We're finally wrapping up here also with summer, starting to get towards the tail end. We're just starting September, so luckily we still have a little bit more warm weather before we have to get covered in Mother Nature's semen for the next 8 fucking months. Back to the Dawn is a prison survival escape RPG with a twist. If you want to go ahead and add that to your wish list on Steam, you can do so. No release date at this time. Aloft is going to be coming out in 2024. You're allowed to build a base, sail the new islands, and it looks like a very colorful, not hard game to play. It looks like something that you can have a little bit of strategy with. But anyway, we'll move on to Lies of P. It's actually based on Pinocchio, and it looks nothing like on what you would think after saying that. Yeah, but that's going to be coming out September 16th off the grid, which is going to be cool. So you can drive trucks, cars, you can have grapple hooks, jetpacks, and a couple more things, but it's a battle royale game, and you can have up to 150 people in your game at once, battling each other. That's fucking awesome. Homeworld 3 is going to be released February of next year. Payday 3 has received some content updates, and it's going to be coming out for the next 18 months post-launch. So at least you Payday 3 fans are going to be having almost 2 years of updates once you go ahead and install many, many gigs.
This shit just got real.
Dear. Oh, yeah. See, Mike's not even paying attention to me right now, so I'm just going through articles, and then I look at his eyes, and he's watching the TV, and now there's people making out. So you like this cowboy bullshit, right?
I don't know. She just got on top of him, but I was like, okay.
Well, now they're cuddling the Thank God It's Not Porn with two dudes watching it in the same room.
This is not what you think it is. This is, okay, the guy was obviously... not ready.
He's having a bad day. I don't know what's going on. I guess we could try to ad-lib this episode.
She was right on top, and he was not having it. I don't know what the hell's going on.
It looks like he just got done stubbing his toe, or he kicked the dog or something, and she's apologizing too for whatever she did. They're gonna kiss and make up, and then they're gonna go to sleep. And
yeah, they're gonna go.
I love you, honey. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to talk about. Yes, that was me. They didn't flush the turd last week. He walks out of the bathroom.
Now shit's getting real.
Yep, see?
After the turd.
That's right. After she apologized for not flushing last week when he probably stormed out of the bathroom. Who the fuck shit here and not flush it? I don't know. It was a dog.
No, then she got real into it. And then it just went to a nipper scene.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, that was fun. All right, getting back to it. The Lord of the Rings return to Mora. Right, yeah. It's going to be coming out October 24th on the PS5 and the PC. Xbox Series X and X version is hopefully going to be targeted to sometime early next year. Marvel Snap will be leaving Steam Early Access and becoming an actual full game for you Marvel Snap fans and players out there. Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion, October and December of this year. It will launch on the PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Other gameplay that we have seen there at Gamescom was from Forza Motorsport. We did already talk about that. Deathground. We did see some of that Lord of the Rings gameplay. More Starfield. RoboCop Rogue City, which looks pretty cool. And then also Alan Wake 2. I was an Alan Wake fan out there on the 360 exclusive. And
I know. Leo was a fan of Alan Wake.
Yes. Yeah. Since then it has broadened its way out to other platforms, which is great. So everybody can enjoy it. And something that is I haven't had a chance to talk with you about that was a game now coming to the big screen is Borderlands.
Borderlands.
So they're now going to be making something of Borderlands. It's not going to be in a movie. It looks like it's going to be more on a TV show type thing, which looks to be pretty cool. And another good game that they're bringing to the TV screen is going to be Fallout. It's going to be based
I don't know.
Vault 33 in Los Angeles, and it's coming to Prime Video sometime next year.
Did you ever play, what's it? I don't know the game they're coming out with. Something about Freddy's. I know it's about...
Five Nights at Freddy's?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Now that's going to be a movie, right?
I can see how that can play out as a good movie.
Yeah.
Hiding from animatronics that just move wherever there's not light and you have to keep power and everything going, and if not, they're going to fucking kill you. I can see how that could be a really good movie.
Yeah, apparently they're just all possessed. I don't know. I never played the game.
I would rather see a movie like that than another Super Mario.
Yeah.
I don't think we need another Super Mario. Yes, the movie did play out that we are going to get another one and probably a couple more.
We do not need another fucking Super Mario. Please.
I think we need to get a little bit more original on a few things. But even talking about and going to video game adaptation and then going to the TV, there are things that I am excited for. There are things that I'm looking.
You got the actors and the writer's strike going on right now.
That's true. Yes.
So a lot's not being worked on. So. I mean, one thing I'm really, really, really dying to see is how they're going to portray The Last of Us Season 2. Because I know it's going to be multiple seasons because the game is that, detailed. So that's the only thing video game-wise, I'm looking forward to seeing.
I still have yet to pick up on the first season.
I know you're a busy guy. Whenever you get a chance... If you want my HBO account, let me know. Watch it.
It's all right. I have Chris's, just like how you have Chris's Peacock account.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris, by the way.
Why we're watching whatever fucking cowboy fucking...
You were just happy that they were making out and having softcore you-know-what on the TV.
What is going on here?
I'm sitting next to you, and you got a half-chode right now.
I was like, we need to pause this for a second.
I got to use the bathroom all of a sudden. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
I was like, hang on, what's going on here? What did I just request?
Mute the mics and turn up the TV. There's something happening.
Wow, this whole, I don't know. But seriously, though, same thing. If you ever want to watch good TV, I know people who haven't played The Last of Us, which was my sister-in-law. She freaking loved the fucking show. One of her favorite shows of all time.
But never played the game.
Never played the game.
Interesting how that is.
And a lot of other people who I've talked to who have watched the show but never played the game. And they it's one of their favorite shows. So just think about that. I think the game, I know everybody's, hit or miss. I don't think Bella Ramsey from Game of Thrones can play, Ellie, personally for me. But, I've always loved Pedro Pascal. He can always play whatever character, who the fuck he wants. But he plays a very good Joel. And the fact that they bring in all the characters. They bring in Joel. They bring in Tommy. They bring in Ellie at the very last episode. It was so fucking amazing. It just... As if you play the game and you watch the show, it will fucking make you cry. It was so good. So good.
Now, what do you like more? Do you like the series or do you like the game?
I like the game better.
Is that because there's more than one of the game?
I just like the game better because there's more, character development, I think.
Oh, yeah. I mean, shit, you can spend a lot of time playing the game versus watching a TV show, which, there's a lot of hours.
Yeah, you develop that character a lot longer throughout a longer period of time. You develop her to, have this relationship with... It's more of a father-daughter relationship. I'm not saying... I don't want to make it sound weird, but, develop that relationship with Joel. And then you have that relationship, just continue forward... throughout the first game. I think that, the first game was way better. They had way more, the actors did it better in the video game, to be honest. Honestly. Even though these actors are going to win fucking Emmys throughout, I'm sure every fucking actor that fucking win in that fucking show is going to win an Emmy, but it's like these actors in these fucking games are going to fucking, I don't know. They just did it better for me. But the actors who did the video game version are obviously going to win Emmys. Don't get me wrong. I get it. They did it a different way. But, I just like the video game version.
So, what are you watching besides Yellowstone and, now football?
I'm not watching Yellowstone. I am currently watching Yellowstone for the first time.
And we can't hear it. We can just see it.
The only thing I'm watching is some girl just hopped on some dude, and I'm like, all right, guys, let's stop the podcast for a second. And then they stopped everything. They're like, oh, let's just cuddle for a bit. And I'm like, okay, let's go back to the podcast. I'm like,
I was waiting for you to tell me, hey, Steve, you need to go outside for a couple minutes. Rub one out on the couch. Is that why my seat's all crusty over here? Is this your masturbation station? It's like, God damn it, I thought I was sitting on a bag of chips.
No, that's my outdoor seat. You can sit there.
Can only imagine what goes on. Oh, that's right. Football's over. Do we have fights in the courtyard going on right now?
Oh my god!
Last time there was a knife with blood found on it by a bunch of kids.
Oh my god! I remember I was outside. I had a few drinks, and then I had a few drinks, and I'm outside smoking a cigarette, and the kids are like, hey, I found a knife. This has blood on it. Let me go show my mom. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then another one was a pretty funny one. These kids were all beating each other to death, or like going like ape shit on each other with like lightsabers. And I bought myself like a dark saber from like, I don't know, Walmart. It was a very cheap version. So what I did was I turned it on and I threw it down and I'm like, you guys can have that. And I just watched them beat to death.
Appease me, peasants.
Yeah, so,
you're telling the kids to fight each other. Yeah, probably going everything against everything that their parents are yelling at them.
Yeah,
don't hit each other.
Like,
don't use
the
objects.
Parents are probably looking at me like, what is this guy doing?
You're throwing down swords and knives and all right, have fun. You're just going to give them the old thumbs up or thumbs down.
I'm like, do you not see my thumb? It's not going up or down yet. Let me let you know. I'll let you know which kid dies or kid lives. I'm like,
it's natural selection out here, lady. Get used to it.
Natural selection.
It's the courtyard of doom. You got to earn your keep to stay here.
Welcome to Hollywood. My version of Hollywood in Michigan.
Well, one would not know what's going on because there's a lot of vacancy in this part of the area. So you would have to think that those brawls are going on and those were not the survivors.
Those are not the survivors. They're like, this is why we're leaving. People are just throwing my kids' weapons.
Henry, we got to move. Kids are out there fighting again.
People are throwing my kids' weapons, demanding they fight each other.
They're wearing proton packs and they got 3-foot metal swords. It's time to leave.
Just for my entertainment. I don't know.
They're talking about fighting chickens next week. What kind of establishment is this?
What kind of establishment?
I don't know, but I'm willing to pay your rent and to live next to you to watch it.
I don't know. But
Sounds like a lot of goddamn fun.
that's why someone moved right next door to me. I'm like, this guy's fun as fuck. He's literally got a fucking gladiator.
I mean, hell.
Gladiator battle in his fucking front lawn.
I know. Jerry Springer's dead. You got free entertainment right in your front porch there, man. It's great.
Thumbs down. Take him out. That's how it was, honestly. I was like, hey, I threw I don't know what I had. It was something I bought from like Walmart. I'm like, hey, kids, have that. Beat yourself to death with it.
A 20-piece knife set.
The kids were so excited. They were just hitting each other to death, and I was having such a good time. I'm such a bad person.
Giving a water balloons filled with piss. Throw this at one of your parents.
Oh.
You don't know me.
It was such a good time. Oh my god, that was honestly. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But I was like, yeah, whatever. They'll be all right.
I don't think you're breaking any laws.
I didn't break any laws. It's parenting skills.
Well, it's not like you're helping them.
Yeah.
Their parents are probably doing the right thing.
Here's a weapon. Take him out.
Is that your cousin over there? Oh, it's your brother. Here's this lightsaber. Beat him with it.
Beat him with it.
Make me laugh.
Honestly, that was my entertainment for the day. I literally had a few drinks. I was like, this is pretty fun.
Just imagine one of your coworkers asking you, what are you doing for the weekend? I'm going to sit and watch the kids fight in the courtyard.
Yeah,
what?
That's what I did. I think
you want to come over? Bring a 12-pack.
Yeah, come over. Bring a 12-pack.
It's $5 for admission. Sit on my crusty seat outside.
It was so... I'm sure the parents fucking hated my guts.
That's why they're leaving. You're right.
Yeah,
There's so much violence going on in the courtyard, man. Can't raise children around that. Responsible people bringing
throw money on my kids. Betting on my children now. Which one to win?
They're betting on my children. I know. I guess when you don't have football season, you got to bet on something, right?
I know, right?
Oh, God. So do you get that betting on DraftKings then? Is it a FanDuel thing? I don't know.
What's the under over? A little Charles over there.
Let's see, you can have a mean right cross.
Let me throw him a machete. Let's see what happens. Oh my god! I'm a terrible neighbor.
No. I think you'd be a terrible neighbor if you were actually throwing them hatchets and machetes and sharp objects. I think if they were out playing and you tossed them a lightsaber when they were already beating each other, you were just, I guess helping the cause.
I guess the lightsabers were not working as well. They were breaking. I was like, here's a working one. I'm like, beat him, hit him over the head.
It's got sharp edges.
Yes. It's got a short, pointy end. Oh, my God.
So besides the 2 games that you're playing right now, we obviously have some games coming up. Are there any games that you're looking forward to playing besides, Starfield and Zelda, since you're so heavy into those?
Right now, honestly, no. Right now, no. Because I haven't heard anything news about, I'll be very excited for a new Halo.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't I be too? But I don't know if we're going to be getting a new Halo anytime
I
soon.
know.
At least maybe a release sometime later this year, a little teaser trailer for the next Halo. But I think Infinite with their season passes are really going to soak up a couple months and years.
I know, right?
Milk that cow.
I know they're talking about a new... Well, I'm talking about Modern Warfare 3, but it's... What the hell are you guys going to do with Modern Warfare 3, to be honest?
It was a cool, fun game. I dumped a lot of hours into Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. A lot more into 2, and then obviously a lot more in 3. But, okay, yes, I understand it's an anticipated game. It's something that we want to see, but it's something we've already seen. It's just a little bit more polished up graphics, and there's a few more levels that have been added, and maybe a few more tweaks here and there, but it's a game that we've already seen.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't get the appeal. I think the younger generation that missed the original run of the Modern Warfare series is going to be happy, and they're the ones that are going to buy it and probably enjoy it a lot more than me. But I already understand the campaign. I know what goes on. I know how the game plays.
I know Soap dies. And, and I'm like, I've already been through enough emotional trauma through the Modern Warfare series. It's like, they can't beat it, though. I think the original Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 1, you can't... Why would you try to reboot that? It sucks compared to the other ones.
Money.
Obviously, money.
I hope that they're working on a really good project that's going to be another run in the Call of Duty franchise.
I think what they're doing is just like, another, add-on to Warzone. But it's like, yeah, Warzone's fun. I didn't really play it. Yeah, it's a fun concept. Yeah, I mean, you took it off, PUBG and fucking Fortnite, but it's like nothing I really want to, or I'm going out of my way to play.
Yeah, if those games don't appeal to you, then you're not going to want to play Warzone or Warzone 2.0 or 3.0, whatever the fuck that comes out, and then pay for a season pass every single month.
I really want to play honestly, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm getting so old. I feel like, I don't know if you feel
Welcome to the fucking club. My body hurts 2 days before it rains. I don't need to watch the Weather Channel anymore. I've hit that point.
I just want to play Black Ops 2 again. I want to play Modern Warfare 3 again. And I want to go back into that scenario. And I just want to play those maps again. And just not have the mods. Not have anything like that. Not have anybody cheat. Just have fun with it again. I don't know. That's just me. Like, I really watch, videos of people, going back on, Xbox 360 servers and playing, Call of Duty 2, fucking, what's it called, Forest, or, whatever, the best maps they ever made. And I'm like, dude, I want to fucking play that again. I just want to play it again. And it's like, I know I can't because I don't have a fucking... I don't think I'm able to get on servers.
No, but that is when you do the old school LAN parties, like how we mentioned in this podcast.
Yeah,
where you get a bunch of people together, you have a bunch of TVs, and probably 400 feet of fucking cording by the time you get everything all wired up.
Fucking play.
But that's how you can do it, is you can get so many people across multiple TVs to all play.
Up. Oh my fucking God, this is all I want to do. I feel like I'm so fucking old. And I don't know if you feel like that sometimes too, to where you just want to play Halo 3 with your friends again. You just want to play Halo 3 and you want to play what's it called? Black Ops. So, I don't know. Black something.
Yeah, Black Ops. Call of Duty Black Ops?
No, not Black Ops. Call of Duty Halo 3, that map. What was that map called?
I believe there was a game, maybe it was just for the Xbox, but it was called Black. I want to say there was a bullet on the cover art. But anyway, to answer your question, yes. For video games, I do feel old. I have stepped away from the headset more than really what I would care to admit, because I don't definitely talk to a lot of people anymore on Xbox like how I used to. I think a lot of that comes to just not having enough time or a lot of time to get down and possibly schedule something. And I still play video games and all that. we are sitting down doing a podcast. We have something that is not hooked up to cable or satellite TV. Is playing through a streaming service. You are on your cell phone. I got mine. I got 2 goddamn cell phones next to me. They're both mine. And I miss the days of having you come over and play Super Mario Kart or play a sight bike or something like that doesn't require an internet. It requires the person to fucking be there. It requires the people to share and, I
just miss the old... I know gaming has evolved.
Oh, big time.
That's what I'm trying to get at is, gaming has evolved to the point where I don't understand it. And that's my thing about it. I'm so used to, Nuketown. I'm so used to, what was this one? Nuketown, which is Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Yep. Very popular map, small. I do miss Rust. I think Rust was Modern Warfare 2.
Another one. Yeah,
very small map. You get a lot of players on there, and you're spawning and you're fucking dying because people are spawning with rocket launchers and shooting you. It's kind of a stupid map to play if you're that angry player that's going to die.
I want them to bring that back to people. You know what I'm saying? I want them to bring those maps back to people who want to play them.
What I miss,
the original maps, not we're just gonna, obviously reboot these maps. I wanted them to bring the original ones to where we can actually play them on the fucking platform, the new platform. Say if they do come out with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, we do have the maps that we're so used to, right? And now you and we could just choose to just do old school TDM, or we could do whatever. I forget, whatever.
Well, they got Team Deathmatch. They got a Capture the Hill. They got Kill Confirmed. Then they got the hardcore playlist, which is all that.
Was one of my favorites in Modern Warfare 3. But
Domination. Domination was another one.
Yes, that's the one I was like, dude, if they could just bring back these old maps where we could just all just go back and just fucking play Domination against each other without people fucking modding shit, without fucking people going ape shit, I was like, hell yeah.
On Domination, I was a person that would plant C4 on the flag points, and I would wait for that flag point icon to turn red, and then I would hit my trigger, and I had Scavenger Pro, so I'll go with their lifeless body, pick up their supplies, plant another thing of C4, and then just go and run away, and that was my strategy.
I remember this guy on this guy on YouTube I used to watch all the time. His name was XCal. He was so good at Domination, and I watched him all the time when I played Black Ops 2, and he was so good at Domination. He showed me how good you always went for B flag. That's all you went for, B point or B flag. That's all you went for because you got the most points, and you know what? You survive that, you fucking wreck everybody.
I think I just miss more or less having that group of people to always play with, a set date or a set time to where nothing else is going to happen in life, but you're going to set it aside to play games with your friends.
Yeah.
And that happened during Halo 2, but it was also interesting with Halo 2 because there was no parties or anything at that point. Halo 3, we were able to get into parties, but when it was Halo 2, we were calling each other on cell phones or landlines and having to, we're going to call John because John's able to get 3 phone calls in at the same time, and that's how we had to do it because, we had landlines and shit. Then jumping in Halo 3, we're starting to get headsets. We're playing on a 360, so it's a little bit, newer. And then you would have all your friends, and then you would get the loading screen where you see all the other people coming on, but none of the mics were on, so they couldn't hear each other until the game was confirmation that it was going to start, and then you can hear the opposite team. And then as soon as you saw their other microphones, everybody erupted and started talking massive shit to each other. It was the best dialogue that I wish I could have ever fucking recorded on any kind of stream or any audio recording device because the trash talking was golden.
You can't
those
say
moments.
It on these mics nowadays.
No, you cannot. You would be instantly canceled for the shit that was said during those parties and during those games. And you would never hear the other person or the other team while you're playing. You would hear your team while you're playing the game, and then after the game ends, the shit talking would continue. I fucking killed you, I teabagged your ass, and again, I'm like,
homeboy, right over there, you did this, you did. And I'm like, yeah, well, I did this to you, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, you start bringing family members in.
You start bringing in a lot of different shit, like.
People, saying that they're going to find out where you live, and just.
God!
But then, I guess I never really recalled hearing about swatting happen like how it happens today. To where if you and I are playing a game, I can find out where you live because of your IP, and then I can call the cops and say that
I heard about this.
He's got
people are actually swatting each other.
Yeah, it happens on a live stream too because they know that the person is live streaming, so they're going to find out where the person is. They're going to call the cops and watch the person, get arrested by the cops
on live stream.
On the live stream, and this is a
break
thing.
Down their fucking house and actually have a SWAT team fucking arrest them and be like. Are you serious?
So you got that kind of stuff going on now. So it's really interesting, yes, on how you say the evolution of gaming because it really has evolved into this thing that is out of control and in control at the same time. I'm just curious on the metaverse because the PlayStation Network, I believe, did it in a very good way, but a lot of people did not have the interest to keep on going back. I still think of the metaverse being like the PlayStation Network, but all in virtual reality. You're going to have your own home. You're going to have your own, your pad, whatever it is. You're going to have your own stuff, your own piece of property, and then you can invite your friends over.
Right.
And we could be sitting down having a conversation in your dream living room and, take out the headphones and, be back in reality. But I think that's where the next evolution of gaming is where everybody's going to have these affordable fucking headsets, these TVs mounted to our faces.
Did you see the new Apple? Oh shit! Did you see the new Apple thing they're coming out with?
I know they're doing
it's a virtual
iPhone
reality.
15.
No, it's a virtual reality.
Are they?
Fucking,
okay.
Oh my fucking god! Hang on one second. I'm sorry. I need to tell you about this during this podcast.
No, that's fine because I might buy some more Apple stock. It's been going down because the iPhone 15 is.
It's like $3,000 or $5,000. But it's literally a fucking thing that goes across your face that you can just live, that you wear in life every day. But it's literally a fucking thing in front of your face. Hang on. Holy shit, dude. But I get totally what you're saying. I remember back in the day, before I bring this up, me and my buddies, I think it was like right before I graduated high school or as I was about to graduate high school. It was like 2007, 2008, and we would go to this little cafe, right? It was a very, very fucking tiny little shop, and he'll have multiple Xboxes.
Oh, no
around
shit.
A room.
Nice.
Yeah. It would be this tiny store. It was never advertised. Like, they didn't have a billboard or anything. I never knew this thing existed. And I remember because it was the first time my buddies invited me over, and I was like, okay, cool. And we're all playing. It was a Halo 2 party. It's kind of like a LAN party, except we all went to a place, and we played I think it was like $2 for an hour.
Damn, that's cheap, man.
Yeah. And then my buddies will give me like a big old thing of wad of fucking like dip. And he'd be like, all right, man, put this in your lip. And I'm like
a minute later, you're vomiting on your fucking keyboard.
Happened.
Yeah,
that's what
happened.
God. And like all my other friends from like school, I never even knew would go to there. And I'm like meeting all my other friends at school, and I'm like, you guys fucking go to this? I'm like, yeah. So like all my other friends, they'll be like, hey, here's this wad of dip. So I did it, and I'm like fucking puking my guts out in the fucking parking lot. You know, I'm like, God. What the fuck is this poison? I'm like, what are you guys trying to do to me? And they're like, oh, no, it's supposed to make you feel good. And I'm like, no, it made me feel terrible.
Make you feel good. Feels like I got sand in my fucking teeth and I could see my lunch for 4 hours ago.
I swear to fucking God, it feels like I'm just, yeah. So I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to eat another fucking meal again in my life. Like,
wintergreen is never going to taste the same.
Wintergreen, yeah. But that's how it was. Like, I was literally graduating or about to graduate high school, and then I was working at like McDonald's. I'll see the dudes in the drive-thru and be like, "Oh, I got a 360 now. It's all good. I can play games, from my house." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool."
What's a 360?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, God, I feel old. Like,
I remember going through. This is back in my fat days when I used to enjoy fast food. Taco Bell, they had something for the original Xbox, and you can win like an all green, semi-transparent Xbox. I can remember seeing the advertisements for it. Yeah. And you can go to Burger King during the 360 times to get like the Burger King games. It had like the mascot at the time. You can drive little cars, some bullshit like that. But before all that crap and before internet, I used to walk to the local party store with like a bag of quarters, like $20 in quarters. And, of course, letting your kid walk down to a party store might not happen in today's society. Might be shunned upon, right? But, the parents like, yeah, fuck it, get out of the house, go somewhere. Here's money, leave.
Here's money, leave.
But I would go to, the party store, and they would have pizza, they would have pop, VHS tapes. You could...
It's like fucking... Jay and Silent Bob.
Right, yeah, exactly.
The quick stop.
Yeah, people outside smoking cigarettes. So playing on the arcade games. Not too much on pinball, but like Street Fighter and Samurai Showdown, and I can't remember it was like a Ford. It was a racing game. It was a 4x4 game, and it had like little steering wheels and shit. So that's what it was for entertainment before the consoles and everything all came out, and eventually got an Atari 2600. So that was real cool. And playing a lot of Pong, and then I get introduced to the first Nintendo.
Yep.
Sight Bike, the Michael Jackson game for dancing. And then the Super Nintendo came.
Why am I laughing? I don't know.
When the Super Nintendo came out, man, I think that's when I was introduced to PC as well, because I finally played Doom for the first time. And that was a game that my parents would never let me play again because the nightmares that it gave me was so fucking bad. And looking back at the original Doom game that was released in the early 90s, I think it was 1993, the graphics obviously do not compare to what they are now. But not ever seeing graphics like that before and then finally playing it, yeah, man. Scared the shit out of me until I played Silent Hill, and that fucked me up.
Are you serious? Are you trying to tell me about games that fucked me up?
The first Silent Hill game still has fucked me up.
Are you serious? You're trying to tell me about games that fucked me up?
Well, now we got, God, we have some really...
No. Remember when you got the fucking PSVR and then you fucking made me put out a fucking game that was, I think it was a fucking beta for one thing?
What game did I force you to play?
Oh my God, you forced me to play a game where I got followed, but I couldn't see the fucking person.
I think it was, so you're like holding a flashlight or something.
Yes.
You're trying to get to a destination, and
like,
then you're always being followed, and there's like stuff happens, and
then you never see what the fuck is attacking you. And I look behind me, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, I know this fucking thing is following me. It's evil. I don't know what game that was, but it was fucking evil as fuck.
Yeah, well, I'm not too kind also because I made you put on like the headset so you get like the full surround sound, noise cancellation, so you don't you're living in the fucking game when you're doing that.
Living.
Yeah.
And I have nightmares. Probably every other month. Probably every other month, I'm like, I'm in this game. I'm like, this thing is following me. And I remember the little area I had to walk into, and you're like, no, you got to go back through this door. And I'm like, no, I'm not going through the door. And I'm like,
fuck that, that's where the shadow was.
That's where the shadow was.
That's where I heard the noises.
Yeah, this bugger is following me.
Yeah, and think that games are going to get that much more involved as time goes on, especially if Apple comes out with that device to where it's a bigger screen.
Yes,
and
that's what I forgot to Google.
So I will say something about that. It's funny on how we're able to do virtual reality. We're putting these TVs within inches of our face, right?
Yeah.
And growing up, how many times were you told that you're sitting too close to a TV because it's going to rot your brain?
Oh, my grandma used to. Oh, yeah, the fucking nut.
And now we have
you're
these...
watching Scooby-Doo, you're way too fast. You're not going to be able to see when you're 25.
And then now we have these screens that are literally inches from our face.
Yeah. It's called the Apple Vision Pro.
Apple Vision Pro.
I cannot wait to show you this after this podcast of the videos of this shit.
And that's the one that's going to be a couple $1,000s.
I think it's like, hang on, let me look. See, yeah, it's literally on the Apple site. See how it's on their face? Apparently that's supposed to be like a fucking...
Looks like she's ready to go snowboarding.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like, oh, I'm going to wear this every day on my face now. Like, people are supposed to wear this every day on their face. It's supposed to have, like, all the fucking, like, you know, like your iPhone, like, all the apps right in front of you, and you just got to look at the app, and it'll pick it.
That's fucking crazy, man. That's crazy to think that you can... And I know that this technology's been out for a while. That you can use your eyeball to pick certain things and, you know, type letters and read emails just by fucking looking. I mean, Jesus. Holy Lord. I feel bad for Stevie Wonder, don't you?
Not really, but I mean, I don't know.
I'm so sorry. That's horrible. I know, I'm going to hell. I'm just taking a fast track.
You're just skipping lines.
That's right. I'm driving the fucking bus down there, man. I am the driver for it.
So, the Apple Vision Pro, dude. Like, this thing is supposed to, like, you're supposed to be able to see everything in, like, in real time, but, like, it's supposed to have, like, all the apps, like, kind of transparent in front of you.
Right.
So you can, like, look at it, like, oh, I want to look at my contacts. Oh, okay, yeah. And then you can be like, call someone, whatever. I don't know if it obviously probably has, like, a microphone or something like that. But, like, you know, text someone this, text someone that. But it's, like, it's supposed to be so fucking crazy, dude. Like, and people are like, oh, it's supposed to be, like, a fashion statement, too. If you don't have this thing on your face, apparently you're a fucking loser.
Consider me a loser that's broke because I don't want to pay a couple $1,000s for it. But that honestly is something out of like an iRobot movie or something that's like based out of the future. You got a herd of people walking down the street that all have these fucking goggles on that they're talking to other people and they're multitasking. They're writing emails. They're watching the video.
That's what they're doing. They're like literally walking down the fucking sidewalk, fucking literally talking, writing emails. As they're fucking talking.
You're going to have a person wearing that?
And literally it's supposed to be like fucking like multitasking to where you can have like a video on one side to where you can like email one person as you watch another video and you're like... Oh,
as you're driving your car.
Yeah, as you're driving your fucking car.
That's what's going to happen though.
Yeah.
You're going to get people that are, even in these autonomous vehicles, that can go ahead and drive everywhere, right? But they're going to be wearing those fucking goggles at the same time.
And that's why they're coming up with that, is because, you know, Apple's next step is to have the autonomous vehicle. Same with Tesla. Same with everybody else is trying to do this. Everybody else is trying to have autonomous vehicles, which I think is, I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this. A taxi pulls up. Mm-hmm. You open up the door. There's no driver. It's all done by AI. Do you get in?
Fuck no. Where is this thing taking me?
It's going to be like an episode of Yellowstone that we're watching right now. You're going to be stuck in a field. It's going to kick you out of the car.
I'm going to be in the fucking hills like this chick right now. Just fucking in the corn stalks. Just sitting.
Waiting on the sun to rise.
In the fetal position. Like,
right.
I don't know what's going on.
My phone don't work, and somehow the car robbed me.
The car robbed me.
It ejected me out of the seat, and I'm watching buffalo walk through the water stream.
The buffalo.
Where the fuck am I? I was in Michigan.
That's how it's gonna be, man. I don't know, man. Like, that's how the world is trying to be right now.
And it's only going to get worse and yet get better as time goes on.
I hope it gets better.
I hope so, too. There was, for a while there, I did eat my words.
I mean, they got so much shit right now. They got fucking what you saw, Chat GPT, right?
A who?
Chat GPT.
What is that?
It's where, say, hey, Megan texts you, your wife, and you don't know what to respond to her. So you copy and paste what she responded to you to this app called Chat GPT, and then it gives you a response for her. That's not going to hurt her feelings, right?
Well, you don't know how my wife works.
Right. I don't know. She might know it's bullshit. I don't know. But like that's how.
Why are you so happy?
No, that's how it works though. Like
Chad GPT.
Chat.
Okay.
GPT.
No, this is the first time I've heard of it. I'm not surprised that people don't want to talk to someone else, so they have an AI talk to another person. But I mean, you're still copying and pasting.
That's what like kids are doing nowadays. Like kids like from like what ages 10 to 15.
So we're not even having a conversation with anybody anymore. We're having a conversation with
if a girl has like a real emotion about something, and these little boys don't know how to deal with it. Like they literally copy and paste their fucking.
So
literally what she said to them, and they copy and paste it to Chat GPT, and then it gives them a response, and they're like, "Oh, you're so sweet. I could be with you forever." And he's like, "Dude, all right."
See, it would be my luck. My wife would text me, "I'm having a bad day. I use this Chat GPT."
Yeah.
I copy and paste it, put it in there. I don't read it. I copy and paste, put it back to her, and it says, "Eat some chocolate." How well do you think that would go over for me, my friend?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, how well does she like chocolate? I don't know.
That's okay. We all like chocolate in the house.
I honestly don't. You know her better than I do. Like,
right, and that's the point I'm trying to get at. Why do we have to be a middleman in a conversation? I mean, if you don't want to talk to the person, don't fucking talk to the person. It's simple, isn't it?
And that's what I'm trying to get at, is where AI is literally taking over everything.
But we're allowing it to happen by having users on that app. It's allowing, like, oh my God, people don't want to talk to people anymore, so people can talk to this, and then we can learn algorithms, and we can have an entire conversation with ourselves. And no, it's a weird, fucked up world. It's honestly strange. It's a
real fucking thing that's happening. I just didn't know you didn't know about ChatGPT. Like,
I'm old, man. We already talked about age and all that kind of shit. I'm old.
You talked about that. I mean, it goes right along with, obviously autonomous driving. Obviously.
It does. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would be a way to respond, like an auto response, right? But,
so does this car say if someone walks in front of the car, or say if...
Speed up.
Yeah, exactly, right?
50 points.
How do we know what choice is this car the AI is going to choose?
Let's hope the right choice.
I know, right?
Because I want to get to my destination, and the fake car wants to get paid.
Well, you want to make it alive.
Right.
The person in the road might not make it alive, but like...
Well, hey,
he's like,
sorry, officer, the car committed the crime. I didn't tell him what to do.
Exactly. Steve's like, as long as I make it alive, that's fine.
Don't charge me with vehicular manslaughter. I'm all right.
The person on the road, I don't know. They had to choose between him or the deer. I don't know.
Could have drove down the middle, but the car did it, not me. The car hit both somehow. The car pulled the handbrake. The one person bounced out the front fender. The deer bounced out the rear fender.
And then he went back, and then in front, and then back to make sure he finished the job.
The doors were locked. I couldn't get out. I know I'm an accomplice. I'll see you in court.
He didn't want the thing to suffer.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
So if this is where technology is going to lead us here in the next decade or two, we're fucked.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We had an idea about autonomous vehicles, right? And they were just in the warehouse. Obviously, I probably said too much.
I've already said too much.
Take this out, Steve. But I'm like, how does this know? It was a thing, though. Like 4 years ago, they showed us a video, and I'm like, and it never became a thing. We're like, no shit.
So I'll say this real quick before we end the podcast. I've had an experience with one of those random autonomous driving things. Mm-hmm. And it was, it's not a vehicle or anything like that, but it was a cleaner that cleans the floors.
Yeah.
And the place where I was, there was only one entrance, one exit door. And I went in, had to do my thing, and as I was going to leave, I noticed these red flashing lights on the corner wall. So before I turned the other corner to see the door, I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? Turn the corner, and I see this floor washing thing just basically looking straight at me. But I could not leave the room because I had to push the door. Yeah. So this thing actually blocked me into the room. I couldn't get out. So I had a moment of, what the fuck do I do?
It's a fire hazard at this time.
Long story short, I ended up kicking the door and moving the thing, and I got out.
I mean, I would.
I'm not
still.
claustrophobic by any means, but I'm just like, okay. Am I to stay here for the next couple hours and hope that someone finds me? No.
Does this thing have any regard for human life? That's what I'm trying to get at. Like,
I don't
does
know.
AI actually look at humans as more superior, or do they are gonna be more superior? I don't know.
Watch the movie iRobot. Let us know.
I've watched Terminator. I've watched iRobot. I've watched all these movies, and it does not turn out. Elon Musk even said it himself. The guy who's inventing this fucking shit. It's not going to turn out well.
There has been a few moments of funniness with those AI things. After COVID, obviously there was not a lot of people around anywhere.
Yeah.
So you would have these little rolling kiosks that you can walk up to it and ask anybody anything, and there would be another person on the screen on the other end. But there were those moments where I would be walking around and this thing would be following me. And then I thought it would be like sleeping or something like there, because it would be like standing there doing nothing. I would walk towards it.
It's like every time you look at it, it gets closer.
Yes.
It's not moving.
Yes.
It's like you look at it, it's
I would
stationary.
literally
Next time
fucking-
you look at it, it's an inch closer.
I would literally fucking stop walking. I would turn around and the thing would just stop moving. It would be like slowly creeping up on me. And it's like red light, green light. It's so fucking weird on how it is. But one time, I thought the machine was asleep. And I walked by and I was like, good morning. And then it made like an R2-D2 sound. So like it was talking to me like it's R2-D2. So I was like, what the hell is going on here? So I don't know if it's like someone live is like watching this happen and it has a soundboard to click.
Which well is Billy? Billy stuck in the well again?
Where's
like
the treasure?
Lassie.
Where's the treasure hidden? Tell me.
Lassie's like, it's the version of Lassie. Which well is he stuck in again? Oh, is Billy stuck in the well again?
All right. Well, everybody out there, thank you for tuning in for another podcast. Mike, it was fun. Thank you for inviting me out to Hollywood. It's always a blast coming out here.
Thank you for joining me in Hollywood. I'm glad you made it to Hollywood.
I'm glad the Lions won, the Tigers won. I'll have to
Lions
come in the
won.
daylight to, check out the courtyard festivities, bring a couple weapons for the kids next time I come out. Oh, Lord.
It is literally like Gladiator, the movie out here.
I'll bring a couple singles so we can start betting.
Are you not entertained?
I don't have DraftKings or FanDuel, but we can get our own FanDuel going on in person. I'll invite a couple people, and we can get a gambling ring going.
Some bets. Life or death.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Talk to you guys next time.
Thank you, guys. I had a lot of fun.
Good. I had a lot of fun, too.
Yes.
It's always a blast.
Always.
You should be able to hear me, then also hear yourself.
Oh, this is fancy as fuck. Sorry, Steve.
You're good.
Pass.
All right. Star Wars Dark.
Am I wrong? I don't know. Am I wrong? And that's it.